I can't even begin to tell you how much I've missed this. I can't even begin to tell you how much I've missed you. And of course you too, sweetheart. Come here. Come here, I've got you. It's okay. It's okay. I'm home now. I'm gonna stay here for a long time, I promise. I know. I know that's what I said last time. But I really, really mean it this time, okay? Now, have you been behaving for Mommy? You haven't been giving her too much trouble, have you? Oh, really? You've been waking her up in the morning asking where I am? You've been asking where Uncle Aaron and Aunt Mikasa are? Connie and Sasha, too. Sweetheart, Mommy and Daddy need to have a moment alone. We just need to talk about something. No, you're not in trouble, don't worry. You're not in any trouble at all, I promise. But this is something that only grown-ups should be hearing. But hey, why don't you go and pick out your favorite book, and afterward I can read it to you? How does that sound? All right then, run along. Good girl. So, exactly how much do you know? You know about what Aaron did? Anything else? You heard rumors about Sasha. I was racking my brain the entire way here, trying to figure out how I would be able to tell you about that. And then, once I figured out that we've been through this before, this whole song and dance, this whole grieving process, losing our friends, it became a little easier to think of how I would tell you. But then I thought, what about Marina? She's not going to know. At all. She isn't going to understand this. She isn't. She still thinks that dead just means gone, far away. That someone can still come back. She's a child. She's only 4 years old. She's only 4 years old, and this is the world that she lives in. I had hoped so badly that we would be able to give her something different. That we would be able to help create a world for her that was different than the one we grew up in. I never wanted her to lose anyone. And I know you didn't either. We try so hard. We fight to protect ourselves and each other. We fight to protect our friends. We're more like family now. And then this happens. Aaron goes missing, and this is what happens when he calls us to go and get him. Do you know what I had to do? Do you know what he did so readily? I saw the faces of people who look just like us. The only difference is the blood that is in their veins. The only difference is they can't become what we can. There were children there. They were running. They had armbands marking them as warrior candidates. They were children, and their government was preparing them to become killing machines who would only live 13 more years and then be eaten alive so that the cycle could continue. I hate this world. I hate it. There is no other way to put it. Neither one of us deserves this, and Marina definitely does not deserve this. I just don't know what we can do. I don't know if there is anything that can be done about this. I know it isn't all on us. I know it isn't all on you. I know it isn't all on me. You and I both know that that doesn't stop us from feeling this way. You and I both know that you're saying it as much to yourself as to me. You and I both know that we just want to protect our little girl. We just want to keep her safe from all of this, and when we can't, it feels like we've failed, even though we know deep down that we haven't. I know. I know that you never wanted to see her heart break the way that ours did. I know. But she has to know. She has to know. There you are. Hey. Did you find a good book? Oh, yes. Mommy and I are crying a little. We're just so happy to be seeing each other again. Yes, of course you can. You can cry when you're happy, just like you can cry when you're sad. I know it's confusing. See, crying isn't just a sad thing. It's when you have very strong feelings and you just can't keep it all inside. Kind of like laughing. Yes, exactly. That's why you can cry when you're sad, when you're angry, and when you're happy. Whenever you have a really, really big feeling, you can cry. Yes, I can still see just fine. Come here. Oh, you picked out a really good book. I love this one. Tell me, how old are you? I've been gone for so long, I think I might have forgotten. You want me to try and guess? Are you 16? Are you 20? No? I know I must be getting closer. You're 4? Really? You are so smart sometimes, I swear you were older. I think you got your smarts from your mommy. Oh, you be quiet. You always gave me such a competition for being the top-ranking student in the class. All right, fair enough. You definitely got your love for reading from me. Oh, really? You've been wanting to ask me something. What is it, sweetie? What is it? You want to know how to read? Well, sweetie, usually most kids don't start learning to read until they're older. But with how smart you are, with how much you love being read stories every night, I think you might be able to manage it. Besides, I started reading at a very early age. I'm sure you must have gotten something from that. All right, come here. Now this is an easier book. I know it isn't the one you picked out, but see how the letters are a lot bigger? That means they'll be easier for you to see. And then there are pictures too, so you can tell what each word means. And I'll help you, okay? All right. Now what do you think this big round letter is? You think it makes the O sound? All right, that's very good. And what about this little tiny one here? Yes, it does look a bit like a rainbow. You're very close. See, this is an N. It makes the N sound. However, the R, this letter right here, it is very similar when it's small like that. So I don't blame you for mixing them up. And then what about this one? It looks like half of an O. Yes, that's right. It's a C. Okay. What about this one? You're not sure? That's okay. That's why you're learning. This is an E. Why are all of these letters smaller than the O? Well, that's because when you're starting a sentence, you start with an uppercase letter. Think of it like when you and the other children are going outside to play. The adult leads, that's the big letter, and then all of the children, all of the little letters follow it. Exactly. So the big letters, the uppercase letters, are kind of like the grown-up letters, and all of the smaller ones are the children. Yes, a big letter always has to start the sentence. Well, it helps that you're such a quick learner. All right. Now when you put all of the letters together, this word says once. Yes, exactly. The very first sentence reads in the beginning, once upon a time. Exactly. That's how a lot of stories start out. Why don't you practice, okay? Once upon a time. You're such a skilled little student already. I can tell you're going to grow up to be very, very smart. Yes, I'm sure that everyone will be very impressed by this. Well, everyone is still pretty tired after coming home, so we can't meet with everyone today, but tomorrow I'm sure we could. Mommy and I would just need to have a little talk with you before. No. We don't need to worry about that now. Right now, let's just focus on this story about a baby unicorn, okay? Very good. That's my girl.